Hello, Internet. James Allen from Out of 8. And today I'm playing the beta of space combat simulation Starlight Inception. Game features a single-player campaign, which I'm going to show off one of the missions. Also has single missions where you fight against waves of enemies, and multiplayer where you can control a ship online and fight against others. So we'll just launch into the campaign here. The game has reset my progress every time I run the game, you know, being a beta and all. So we're going to do this mission right here, so just click Continue Campaign.
I'm standing on the
Before each mission there's a little cutscene that you can take a look at,
are being readied for combat following the March 15th attacks,
which we'll skip over. The game has a fully modeled kind of base spaceship, mothership, that you can actually walk around and check out the different levels. The controls can either be done with the gamepad or the mouse and keyboard. You can see it uses the mouse to kind of look around, and then you can also go around the spaceship. So here's the little elevator, and then you can choose which floor you want to, so we could actually go up to the hangar if we wanted. Hey buddy. So there's all the different spaceships that they have in the hangar and so on. So that's pretty cool, but they kind of make it a little bit immersive there instead of just simply flying missions, you know, magically. So we'll go over to the ready room here. Before each mission, it gives you a little briefing as to what is in store. So let's start the mission.
You'll be providing support to space fighters and ground forces while prosecuting the invasion of the Olympus Mons.
You're our only hope. And then you can pick your fighter. So they have a good number of spacecraft to choose from that have different stats for their speed and armor and how much equipment they can carry. You earn little credits over time as you play the game, and then spend them on the ship that you can equip in the thing. So I'm actually going to choose this one here. And then you can modify the configuration, choose which missiles you want, any other type of equipment that you can have on the spaceship and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to choose this one, press L to engage the mission, and then it launches you into space. The missions themselves are very action-oriented. It's a lot of shooting enemies. So, you know, for people that like that sort of thing, it doesn't focus on mining or any type of career mode. It's really just kind of go out and shoot crap with your spaceship. So while it's, you know, limited in, you know, having side things to do, people who enjoy the action-oriented part of space combat games will be pretty pleased with it, I think. You can take a look at the interface here. Pretty good. Has the usual trappings that you have for, you know, a space shooter. Has lead indicators for enemies and stuff like that. And you can select which missile bay you use, and then fire the missiles once you get a lock on. So we're just going to follow the waypoints here. I can use WA, S, and D to kind of roll and then accelerate and brake. So I'm going to start shooting people here. Don't want the satellite necessarily. There we go. Hey, buddy. I'm going to shoot you in the face. You can just shoot with the mouse button there. There you go. So the game kind of automatically picks enemies for you. Or you can kind of cycle through them using the keyboard commands. Actually doing one. So, as with most of the missions, it's a lot of enemies, although you do have friendly pilots. Speaking of, if you press the Tab key, you can redistribute the power of your ship. For example, You can remove energy from generation and then add it to the weapons, or your thrust, or your defenses if you so choose. And then you can also give orders to your allies, of which you can have 3. So you can tell them to select specific targets or kind of do their own thing, and so forth. So pretty cool. Let's go back there. Let's try to hunt for some more guys here. The gun is actually pretty effective early on in the game. Turning radius of this thing is not very good. The ships do behave differently, which is nice. You can actually tell a difference between them. The game isn't really too challenging. I haven't had any difficulties in defeating any of the missions. Even with the enemy having a whole bunch of ships. I think kind of the AI is kind of turned down on purpose, just so it isn't incredibly difficult. Where'd you go? Oh, you blew up. Speed up. You know, and as of this time, the game's basically finished. It looks like it has pretty much all the content. It's just kind of cleaning up and bug fixing and stuff like that. It's kind of what's left for it. So you can launch missiles with the right mouse button. I think he's on... Is he on the other side? Am I just shooting my own space station for no good reason? Yeah, I am. I'm done. Alright. There you go. Okay. Hey, what's up? Let me shoot you. There we go. Alright. So I'll go over to Bravo here. There's some friendly fighters. So pretty explicit waypoints. You know, although the missions are very one-note, I mean, it's all oriented towards combat, they're actually pretty decently designed.
This is Schoolboy Actual. We're picking up several contacts down on the surface, advancing on the city limits of Grissom, Main Battery Bank. Contacts are confirmed hostile.
There's some missiles.
The fleet is dispatching every
Cutscene.
ground vehicles.
My gun overheated. There, you can see there's transitions between planetary combat and space combat, which is pretty cool. Missile lock. I don't waste my missiles too much. Come back here. When you put the mouse over missile lock them, so that's how you do that. Yep, that was the wrong button. He's way far. There you go. You're closer though. You see the little helpful lead indicator there. Kind of wish there was a little contact list you could navigate through. Make it a little bit easier to find stuff. It's probably just a matter of me forgetting the correct commands. Alright. Just trying to orient myself the correct way here. Where'd you go? There you are. Get him. Alright. I don't see any other guys except that one that's like super far away. Yep. Oh no. Bounce along the ground. I see there's a crown combat, so pretty good variety in mission styles, even though it's, you know, all combat, but you take on a bunch of different foes, I would say. Let's get out of here. Kind of a lot of damage. I'm going to switch my stuff. There we go. That's more like it. Ooh, someone shoots at me.
All units converge on the new Sparta and take the city. You heard the man, Dodge 2. Proceed direct. With any luck, this thing will be over tonight.
You know, there could be a little bit less of a dramatic, you know, transition between when you hit checkpoints, but
I don't think I've ever seen so many fighters at one time. This is going to be a hell of a
yeah, I can start blowing stuff up, I think.
actual. Keeping up no lifespan from new Sparta. Now a massive energy surge.
Aw. You done got blowed up. Let's get out of here. Same sites. Battleship 96. Uh-oh. Well, that ain't good. Mission success! Congratulations. You died. So there you go. That's Starlight Inception. The SAM site's got me. So it looks like to be a fairly interesting space combat game. You know, it has a decent variety in the missions. The missions are all combat-oriented. So if you're not into just shooting stuff, then this game won't appeal to you. If you're more like, you know, mining and all that career-type stuff that are in some other space adventure games. You can customize your ship with appropriate weapons and stuff, redistribute your power. The AI isn't very strong, but that may be on purpose, to be quite honest. Generally, the game is not very difficult, even when you're up against a lot of enemy units. And multiplayer certainly has a lot of potential in the game. So I'll be interested to see what the game's like when it's scheduled for release sometime this year. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.